What's up, Freeport? It's your Freeport City Councilman Mario Moreira, and I'm here with the city manager, and we're going to be speaking about an issue that a constituent of mine is having. So, all right, Tim. So, I guess so. There's a constituent of mine that they're having a problem with a water bill.
Okay.
And so the problem that they're having is they've seen an increase in their utility rate.
Yes, sir.
And the issue, so they used to pay, I believe, or here, just for, I guess, for their protection. I'm not gonna use their name, but they did have a, so before.
For their protection from who?
Just, I guess I don't want to put their name in Facebook Live. Just,
Sure.
I just want to keep it off of that.
That's private.
But I do want to, so they were paying, I guess somewhere between $80 and $100 before,
Okay.
and now they're paying like $150, and yeah, $150. And I believe this individual also owns a beauty shop
Okay.
in Freeport, and so the last month she paid a lot more, like $300.
So is this on the beauty shop or on a residence?
The beauty shop, they paid a lot more, and this time they paid. So last month they paid $300. This month, or no, wait, the 2 months before they paid $300. This month they're paying $150. She says she's only there twice a week, and this, according to these bills that she handed me, she paid for her house $150, which is still, I feel like that's a little excessive because they're normally somewhere between $60 and $80.
Can I look at the bill?
Yes, sir. So
this is from March, and they're showing 13,000 gallons of usage.
yeah, so
And this is for H.
yeah, and so I don't know if there's a.
And this is showing 5,000 gallons usage. And the second one on Golf Boulevard is the beauty shop.
Yes, and I was gonna tell you, I came in with her the last time when y'all were on the first floor,
Yes, sir.
and they pulled up the trend of the months, and she had paid a lot less before. She had paid on, and it ranged from like $60 to $80.
Okay.
And all of a sudden she got a spike these last 2 months. So we're just wondering. She came and complained yesterday, I believe, or the day before, or no, I mean not yet. Yeah, yesterday,
Sure.
and she complained last week. But I just wanted to see what the city. And they said they checked the meters too, but
Well,
it just
typically
doesn't.
Whenever you have somebody that had a spike in their usage, they will go out and verify that the reading is accurate.
Yeah.
There's a number of things that can be done. They'll go out and check the meter to make sure it was read accurately. And then if it was read accurately, it wasn't human error at that point, they'll check to make sure if there was a leak going on, and they can do that by having the customer shut off all the water in the house and looking at the meter to see if it actually moved. Because if there's a leak somewhere in the house, like something that's a slow leak, you will see movement in the meter. And the other thing that they can do is a lot of the meters, not all of them, but I would say probably about 80% of the meters in town actually record consumption on an hourly basis. And so they can pull those reports for the last 30, I don't know if it's 30 days or 60 days, to find out how the consumption occurred, whether it occurred consistently, or if it came all at once at one point, or whether it comes at a big block every day at the same time. So they can, the property owner then can figure out exactly what's going on. The property owner, like the beauty shop, if they're only open 2 days,
Yeah.
they would be able to look and see, okay, their consumption mostly is happening on Tuesdays and Thursdays when they're open, or on Mondays, Wednesdays when they're open, and they shouldn't have any other consumption going through the meter on those other days. If they do, then they could potentially have a leak, or maybe that person's just coming in and doing a couple of, little things without actually being open, but they'll be able to see exactly what's going on. And then the next step, if they're not showing any leak, then they can actually test the meter to see if the meter is malfunctioning. They can pull and they'll put a new meter in temporarily while they test the old meter to find out if the meter's malfunctioning.
Okay. So, do you recommend that I go tell this individual to come, or could you think you can get the reports for this individual ready, or?
Sure.
That way I'll tell her
the
to come over
addresses
here.
for both of them.
Yeah.
And we can look, and we haven't had any, we had a number of rate increases a while back, but they've actually come down since then. On here, they do reflect the reduction in the garbage rate.
Yeah.
On the commercial property, there was an increase on commercial. That might be where, because the commercial properties, commercial garbage accounts became actually commercial. We used to bill commercial properties, small commercial properties as residential, but there's actually council adopted new rates for small commercial properties, and then also up to different sizes of dumpsters.
Yeah.
That varies because how frequently they need pickup. Whether it's once a week, twice a week, daily in some cases. So there's different rates, but that there was an increase from a commercial standpoint. So it went from, I think before the rates for residential was about 25. That residential rate went down to 20, but the commercial rate went up to 35. So that's a $10 per increase in here. So the current bill that she's showing here for the commercial is $134. $10 of that is from the garbage. They changed the garbage. So we've gone from 124 to 134 approximately.
And I guess in that one it shows that her home consumes a lot more than her.
Yeah. So the home consumes. Well, I mean, if she's got a beauty shop, and she's only open 2 days a week, and she's not doing laundry there, and she's not taking showers. She's just, maybe she washes hair.
Yeah.
So she's going to use water for that. But depending upon what her hours are, there's not a whole lot of water that doesn't, like say it's 5,000 gallons, which if you compare the bills from month to month,
Yeah.
If you look at the usage month to month, that's going to tell you where the inconsistent, because if the usage goes up, then your bill goes up.
Gotcha.
Unless there's a change to the actual rate. And we haven't increased water rates since early last year, since the middle of last year.
Yeah.
But I can pull the billing. I can see if they have the ability to pull the hourly billing for both of these. And if you want to have her give me a call or.
Okay. Yeah. I'll have her give you a call. Well, I know you said you can try to understand it. She mainly speaks Spanish.
Okay.
So I'll see if she can, I guess, get across with you.
Well, we have plenty of people here. They're designated for translation, both downstairs in the utility billing area downstairs. We have people, and up here currently on the third floor.
Hey, so with that, there's still people downstairs, or everybody upstairs?
The customer service windows for utility and court and building permits are still open downstairs on the first floor.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have, while the elevator's not working, I didn't want to have everybody that wanted to come in and pay the bills or make whatever have to come up to the third floor. So they still can go and talk to them on the first floor.
Gotcha.
And we'll leave them downstairs until such time as we get the elevator repaired.
Yeah. And would this be, I guess, appropriate if we talked about, I guess, not council, but let's say the levy trail, would this be appropriate to do on the Facebook Live, or?
I'll answer any question you have, Mr. Councilman.
Okay. Well, I don't want to get us into liability issues.
No, there's no liability.
Okay.
I mean, the levy trail is under contract, and I believe it's supposed to be starting. I haven't talked to Mr. Petty this week to find out, where exactly they're starting. They won't do the whole trail once, they'll do it in segments.
Yeah.
And while that segment is being constructed, that segment of the trail will be, you know, won't be able to walk the whole circuit around that. But I think it is actually supposed to go pretty quickly.
Oh, okay, for reals.
Yeah, so I don't, and I'll find out exactly what the time schedule is, but it was in the contract the council approved.
Yeah.
The number of days, and I don't know if that was 60 days or 45 days or 90 days, but I can find out if you like, I can look it up, and make it TV, but I can pull that contract and find
Nah,
out.
that's fine. We'll just speak up on that. But no, that's just the main concern I had. I was trying to get down to the, you know, and even it shows other people what the city does in case they see an unexpected hike or something.
If they do that, you know, look at your, I would say just look at your usage.
Yeah.
And if you see changes in your usage, that's gonna be reflective, and if there are issues there, then the city will help try to work through those with you. You know, ultimately, the city doesn't have any control over what happens to your water after it goes through the meter.
Yeah.
But if you do have a leak somehow that, you know, that is not going, you know, down your drain, you know, if there's a leaky pipe that's causing a problem somewhere, you get that fixed, we'll give you a credit on the sewer portion of your bill. So that you're only paying your normal sewer bill.
Okay.
You don't have to pay that on there. You know, somebody is filling a swimming pool, they can come in and they can get a credit on their sewer portion, up to a certain amount.
Yeah.
For that, or if there's a, you know, if somebody has a high bill and, you know, it is water that's gone through their meter, and we have exhausted all the options to show how that may not be the case.
Yeah.
And ultimately, they're responsible for that. The city will still work with them and not shut their water off. You know, if they sign an agreement to, you know, we'll let them spread their, you know, water bill out. We've seen that for up to a year's time.
Yeah.
You know, so it doesn't become overburdensome.
Okay. All right. That's about it, man. Just you know, they had a concern. That's like we have dealt with it before the last month, so and or 2 months ago, and then this month was a little, you know, it was a high again. So she just she just had that issue.
Okay.
But that's it. That's it,
Please,
pretty much.
give me a call. You can reach me on my cell phone.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Or call the office, and after we get in here, I'll call Lance real quick and find out what the schedule is at, just so you have it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
All
All right, Mr. Kelly. You keep that, and then I guess
Well, let me make a copy of it.
yeah. All right. Let's see. So Freeport. So here I was the city manager, just going over some things that I go, you know, that I speak with constituents. If y'all have any questions or concerns, I'm here right now. You know, yeah, you know, you see an issue with a street or road, I'll try to be doing these whenever, you know, I go in with the city manager. So that's pretty much it, y'all. So there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good things going on in Freeport. So we're trying to, you know, bring change. This is what a councilman goes through. So yeah, you know, in case y'all, you know, y'all are wondering what I do, I'm about to go pretty much. I work nights, so, but I'll do this on days when I'm off. So, but yeah, if you have any questions or anything regarding the city. So right now, Mr. Kelty's on the 3rd floor.
I was going to also ask you,
Yes, sir.
in regard to a meeting to talk about the mechanics ordinance, I wanted to meet with you and Councilman Kane and Mr. Duncan,
Yes, sir.
and kind of go through that so we can figure out exactly the wording that needs to be in there that's going to work.
Gotcha.
When you might be available. I haven't talked to Councilman Kane or Mr. Duncan yet.
Yeah. We'll.
Mornings work better or afternoons? Or
Jerry said he works like later in the afternoon. What, like Friday
Friday afternoon?
or after 5?
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I don't know what, because Jerry's schedule. That's what you got. I guess Friday is my available day, but I don't know what time Jerry can.
So you available anytime Friday?
Yeah, anytime Friday, but I don't know Jerry.
Okay, well, I'll talk to Jerry and I'll talk to Mr. Duncan and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
when we're gonna be available.
Okay.
I'm gonna make this
You know, I haven't. There's this individual that wants to. Julian wants to. I guess he wants to talk about certain things.
I want to talk about what?
He wants to see if you got time, or he about to head out.
Hold on just a second. Hey, Lance. Hey, has the Levy Trail project started yet? Okay. How long of a project? How long of a project did? How long of a project is it anticipated to be? All right, very, very good. All right, thank you, sir. So it's supposed to start, the guy you talked to this morning, he's got the equipment coming in and material, he's gonna start next Monday.
Gotcha. So, are you about to head out to go out for lunch or something, or?
I will in a little bit, but,
Julian said he wanted to kind of like sit down. Remember that? You remember him or not?
yeah.
He said he just wanted to talk.
He had the sewer back up in his backyard and.
10th Street,
I
I
talked
believe.
to he and his neighbor.
Yeah. So, but I know Brooks questioned it yesterday, or you know that area that if we touch the pipeline,
Right.
yeah, then that would mess up the funding that we have for grants, and
You know, all we can do is maintenance, so we can clear the line,
yeah,
you know, we can, and that's what Resorti got in trouble for.
yeah,
But we can do maintenance if there's issues, you know, we can, you know, if it's a lift station issue, the lift stations are not part of that, you know, so. If it's a lift station issue, we can address those things, if it is a maintenance issue, we can, you know, flush the lines to make sure that they're properly, but if it's because of a broken down section of pipe, there's not, you know, it would be really difficult to be able, unless it's just plugged up and not functioning.
yeah.
And then we would only be able to, but as I understand it, it was functioning in part of the time, it just wasn't functioning when it was really raining.
Yeah. No. So and he also mentioned Resorti. So that came out in the facts, right? That they were
It did.
tampering with the.
We'll see you guys after lunch.
Yes, sir.
They were tampering with. Was it like the pipeline, or how did that? What was that deal?
No, they had gotten a grant similar to us,
Okay.
but they came in and
I'm just gonna go get a polish.
the previous city manager had actually done a bunch of work
Oh.
on his own to do some of the work that was supposed to be funded by the grant.
Yes.
And they've told us on multiple occasions that we can't do that. If we do that, we jeopardize the entire grant.
Gotcha. And so we have what's that grant amount? I guess
$6 million?
$6 million.
$5,990,000.
Oh, wow.
And that is to do, as was shown on the maps last night,
Yeah.
all of those areas on the south power, replace all those lines and manholes on the south, basically third of or 40% of the Freeport side,
Yeah.
and, you know, all that area on the north end of, between basically, Avenue A and Golf Boulevard, on the Velasco side, and then also the lines over there along in G&H.
Yeah. And I saw that in the.
area. So all those lines are slated for the project, you know, and those were identified by Veolia and Friesen Nichols as the worst areas of the city that we knew were a problem.
G&H.
Avenues G and H.
Yeah. Or which ones? Yeah. Because you said that's why we got the grant for H.
So we got the grant for the first few blocks from
Yeah.
up to what's the street?
I forgot.
I could look at a map.
Yeah.
Livingston? No. What are the streets over there?
Yeah, I forgot that street. It's like
Anyways,
right
and then
smack
but
dab
everything-
in the middle.
Everything on the other side of that, and then also on the two streets, because most of the sewer lines are in the alleys.
Yeah.
So all that whole area around them, except for that one, probably 4 block section that is being covered by the CDBG grant that we got from the county.
Yeah, that's good. All right. See, man, he hasn't
And
been.
by the way, that project,
Yeah.
is out for bid right now. So it'll be coming to council for award of that contract, the first meeting in May. I think we open bids in about 2 weeks, 2.5 to 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and that'll be ready for award by council in the first meeting in May.
Oh, that's really good. All right. So I don't know if Julian's coming. I'll probably have to give him a
Is
call.
he coming in here?
Yeah, he said he wanted to speak with you, but
I do have to go. I mean, I
Yeah.
can wait for a little bit, but I probably have to leave by about 12:30 or so.
okay. Let me give him a call real quick. He probably won't make it. So.
Okay.
That's
But if
fine.
he wants to come in, I know that the Main Street folks are in town today.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's true. That's true.
And I've got a meeting with the finance director at 2. But other than that, I'm available this afternoon. I just have to, which calls I'm gonna make about the stuff that's going on. So on the clubhouse, bids are, I got a call from the architect, the bids are ready for City Hall.
Yeah.
And with the remediation recommendations have been incorporated into the specifications.
Gotcha.
And so that will be going out for bid probably in the next, it'll get advertised in the next 2 weeks. And I would imagine probably either the second meeting in May, that'll be ready for council action.
All right. Man, I think he'll give him to. I don't know if he's gonna show up. Actually, I don't think so. Do you have his number?
Yeah.
See if he really is on his way. We'll make this brief. I'll try to. That way he can.
Aravallo?
Yeah.
Oh, I have his email. I don't have his number.
I'll try to see if I can give him a call here in a little bit.
Let me see if I text him.
Oh, he's here. He's right here. Yeah.
Julian.
That's crazy.
It's a maze up here, isn't it?
I say, he's not here. He's gonna get so.
Oh, there he is. I saw you walk away and I never saw you. It'll close on its own. I never saw
Okay,
you come
that's
back.
good. I said, man, he's not here. She told me.
that,
I said,
man?
I just saw here over here.
Man, you can take a seat right here.
Hey, no, man.
You can see right here.
How was the meeting last night?
It was good. It was good.
Productive.
Yeah, it was
That's good. I have 2 things to talk. I don't know if you read my email I sent to both of you. I sent a text.
Yeah.
But a few days ago, I saw that the kayaks over there in the river, these are great.
The what? The kayaks. They're selling
It's a
them.
great. But you go over there on the weekends, some guys with a jet ski, they are 100 miles. And they can be in accident and they can kill somebody. If nobody take care, something gonna happen one day.
So the people are renting the jet skis.
Jet ski is private.
Oh, this time.
They're private.
Somebody just-
Somewhere they come to the river the same, but they're in the same place.
Yeah.
And could be an accident sometime.
Okay.
And I was thinking the only way is from Velasco Bridge, put a speed limit to the west.
Is that something that's feasible or doable?
That would actually be the GLO, I believe. I'll check. I've not, I mean, I
Yeah.
know,
Because
I've
really-
seen speed limits put on water before,
Yeah.
but typically that's the state, Department of Natural Resources, Department of Wildlife, the game warden.
somebody has to take care.
So I'll find out who has jurisdiction
Because
to be able to do
I
that.
sent email to the chief police, but nobody answered anyway.
Well, I mean, it's not a wide river,
It's not a wide river.
and so,
It's a great for the people over here to go and rent a kayaks
Mhm.
and enjoy the beautiful weather sometimes.
Mhm.
But I saw two guys last Sunday. Oh man, real fast.
Both of them on jet skis?
Yes, kid. Probably 100 miles or something close. And somebody can someday can be an accident
Mhm.
and kill somebody, whole family or whatever. Sometimes they had 3 kids on the kayak and 1 adult. And I saw them, they don't know how to drive a kayak, most of them.
Yeah.
And sometimes they want to go back and they can.
Yeah.
And probably gonna be in front of some of those crazy guys.
Yeah.
And but somebody has to take care of that.
Let me find out who we can do that, who's in charge of that, and then ask them,
Yeah.
say, hey, this is an issue, to be able to set.
Yeah,
Sweet.
because like I say, it's a great enjoy for the family or whoever wants to go and ride a kayak or whatever. Because I hear last night and they say, oh, maybe they're gonna put another one over there in the river place, and could be great.
Mhm.
But more kayaks in the river and more crazy guys like this driving 100 miles, something gonna happen.
Okay, well, I appreciate it.
And
I hadn't thought about that.
yeah, because I went to Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't allow ski yachts whenever the kayak, and over there is wide the river,
Mm-hmm. The river to go.
and it's real wide. And they some places they don't allow to run ski yachts or fast boats or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But over here they don't have any kind of rules.
Okay.
And I was looking and say, oh man, I say I don't want to see a witness someday. Somebody have something happen, And I had another thing. I don't know. You have a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
I showed Lens one time, but I don't know for some reason Lens probably he's real busy or.
No.
And because I asked him one time, 8 months ago for something, and he never did. He said yes. He never said no.
Mm-hmm.
And he went over there quick. In 5 minutes, he was with me on my street, and he said, "I take care."
What
He
was
just-
the issue?
last time I asked him on my street, Magnolia. It's a 10, Magnolia, and I showed him we had 2 plates, 24 inches, and that's is for rain. And whenever I ask him, he said, "No, that's a sewer.
This is a manhole,
It's a manhole."
right?
And I said, no, they are on the street and they are for the rain. And I live by myself because I had something to lift it, and I showed him that it's not sewer line, it's a rain.
A storm sewer.
But we had other ones over here, but they had the ones with the lines and the water can go through. Over here is a solid plate
Right?
with 2 holes. And I asked him, I said, can you change for the kind of this one? And that way the water can go faster
Mm-hmm.
to the dish over here. And like he said, yes, I take care. About 8 months ago. And I talked to him last week, and I say, they are on order 8 months ago. And I say, oh, I don't know, maybe they're made in on Russia or
Supply
something.
chain, the ship's probably off the coast of California, who knows? But-
Yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm.
One day, one of his guy, he was through, and I asked him, I said, can you find one plate where do you think you cannot use it, and can you swap for this? And he said, yes. He came back, and he swapped one. I don't know from where he got it, but like I say, if Lance or his people do, I just walking all day over here on this street, right there where SPCA thrift store,
Yeah. Right here, Second
Second
Street.
Street.
and you go into this corner, there's a thrift store over here, and you go into over here, on the top of the street, there is 2 places, the one I needed. And really over here, they don't need it because they have a drain on the bottom of the street, and on the top, even in those places, they are bigger for the hole they have over there, but they just find those and they put it there. And I said, probably they can swap this one for this one.
So they changed one of them out, but they didn't change the other.
This one for one of these. Because to me, really, they don't need this one. Because but then they have a big hole on the bottom, you know, and on the top is for whenever they have problem, they can lift it up and clean it up or whatever. But they don't need this kind of place right there. And they are
You're talking the ones that have like a grate.
like a grate, yeah. And that way the water can go. And now here, we are in the worst place to be whenever rain. If we have more holes where the water can go, probably gonna help. But we don't know until we change and we're gonna find out if gonna help or not. But he say, like you say, oh, this come from California, they take a long time. But a month is too much. And I was walking over there and I saw, they said, oh man, this is two, and I don't think so they need it over here. Like
So they have two over here.
right there. You go 2 or 3 more blocks that way. They're on the top on the street, not on the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
And really, they don't need those kind of places over here. And maybe they can swap. Because we have more over here on this street, and all of them is like this, with grading. And the water gone. And the worst part on the 10th Street, where everything from 9th Street this way, all the water gone this way. And whenever there's a lot of water, one more hole can kill. Probably not, but we don't know until we do that. That's what I say. Probably Lance, he said nowadays, okay, I take care. And I said, 8 months ago, you take care and you don't have an answer.
I know he's normally very, very good.
Yeah, and
Responding if something needs to be done.
and that day, whenever I guess you tell you, you call him and he was there in 5 minutes. I said, oh man, this is faster. And
So if
I showed him what I needed or what I wanted, and he called another guy, one of his guys, and another 5 minutes the guy was there. I said, oh man, I'm gonna have an answer quick. But the guy, he said, we don't have those. And they say, okay, he told him, make sure we order those. But it's almost 9 months ago. But anyway, I found those two. Maybe he can swap one of these for one of these. They are heavy. But for sure, they don't need those over here. They can send somebody else and make sure what I'm talking, because they have a big hole over here.
the curb of
All
this.
at the core. And everything, the water they going over here. They ain't gonna go on the top. They use this one just once in a while to clean it up or whatever they need to look it up inside. And I asked him, I sent an email to you and somebody else, maybe can help. And Magnolia Street, and we have Cedar Street. It's the same for the rain. Right now I'm talking about the rain because it's coming. We had 10 Street over here, 11 and 12. Okay? And like I say, all the water is coming from all these streets coming to Magnolia. They don't run this way. They run it this way.
Right.
And all the water from the 9th Street, no, all the 9, probably have, they gone to the Magnolia.
Okay.
And we had this, the one I'm talking about, they had to clean it up real bad. They clean it up on the top of the water.
Are there any curb inlets on Magnolia?
Oh yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, but over here, what I'm talking about, you can look it up right now. This dish is like this, like a bean, but real close in the bottom, real high. This way, in case a bunch of water coming, but on the bottom is real. And
It's a channel.
you can go to the Cedar Lane, Cedar Street over here. That one is wider. It's a little shorter on the top, but this part is wider. That means most of the water they can go over here because they have a room to go through here. Over here, I just went over there and I walk. I think different from here to over here is like a 10 feet wider. This one than
This is
this
10
one.
feet wider?
This on the bottom part
Okay.
where the water gonna run.
This is in the ditch?
the dish.
Okay.
And I talked to him and said, man, maybe you can come over here one of these days and I can show you on the field exactly what I'm thinking. Maybe he know what I was thinking. Because like I say, it's real good. And they clean it up. Let's see the water is here on bath right now because the water gotta be there all the time. It's not a problem. The problem is
Water's gonna flow more slowly in here than it is in here. It's gonna flow
Exactly.
faster. This is gonna hold more water than that's gonna hold.
exactly
Okay.
because it's wider on this one.
Right, so the total volume of the ditch, this is wider but shallower, and this is deeper but steeper.
Yeah.
The volume,
But it's-
so this is a geometric, you can calculate
Exactly.
how much total it was. So
Exactly.
what I'm gonna say is after it rains, this is gonna flow more quickly. This is gonna hold water for a longer period of time.
But whenever the rain is coming hard
And as I
on a
understand it-
storm,
Yeah.
everything gonna be quick.
Right, and then the bottom of the ditch, there was issues where it was draining into
Yeah.
as well.
Well, right now, like I say, let's say, what they call the guys who's taking care to clean it up, whatever it is, the guy who has the pump over there in the
Velasco Drainage District?
Velasco Drain, okay. And I talked with them, Velasco Drain, and they told me no. They say we clean it up when we had time.
Mm-hmm.
We clean it up because they say we had to take care of the whole county.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we had time and we had a machine to clean it up, the main channel, we clean it up the branches. But whenever we had time, not
Can I go back
always.
in just a few?
Mm.
Thanks.
And this time they clean it up, but they just clean it up on the top, and it looks real good.
Yeah.
But that's not help for the water. Whenever the water is coming, it doesn't matter it's clean over here. It gotta be clean on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Gotta be clean on the bottom. I don't want more deep, but gotta be clean. If they make a little bit wider on the bottom, more volume of water gonna go through. And Lance, his answer is quick. He said, we don't have a machine to do it. But I was on construction for a lot of years, and they don't need a special tool. They need just a regular backhoe,
Yeah.
and they can reach and do this wider and clean it up this way, because they can set the backhoe over here, and they can reach over here and try to make a better clean. Right now it's not bad, but like I said, we are in the worst place of Freeport whenever it rain. This is the first part whenever we're gonna be flooded. And we don't find some answers to fix the problem or to try to fix it. Because I'm not sure if that one gonna fix it, but at least we have to try something. Because I'm sure the Cedar Line, whoever lived that way, they don't have problem because they had this channel little bit wide. And a bunch of water, they go faster. And over here we had big one taller, but we have shorter, thicker on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, if they don't have a vacuum, I don't know if the city has one.
I think he was saying that the
But they
piece of
can-
equipment necessary to dig this deep from the outside.
I'm thinking if they do wider this one,
Mhm.
to me, it's gonna work better.
Right.
But probably Lance has more experience than me or whoever is, and they can look it up, the difference from one on Magnolia to the Cedar Street. It's like a 10 feet wider on Cedar Street. I don't see the other ones, probably they're the same.
So this one is on Cedar,
On Cedar is wider, and Magnolia.
this one is at Cedar Magnolia, and this one is where?
This is Magnolia and this is Cedar.
Okay, running parallel?
Right there on the 12th Street.
Running to the,
On the
Running
end
that
of the
direction.
12, running to the main channel
Okay.
where Velasco Drain is taking care.
Mhm.
And I asked because they answer, they are the same way. They answer pretty good, and Velasco Drain, they are real nice. But always they say, we can do it whenever we have time, we clean it out the branches.
Mhm.
Another thing I asked him, if they can lower the pump, the big pump they over there, because they have an automatic switch. And the lady say, okay, let me check with my boss. But at the same time, she say, probably we cannot do it.
Well, I know they've tried to lower the ditch level over there, because the top of the water here is level with the top of the water that's remaining in
Yeah,
the ditch.
that's what the lady
And
saw.
they were saying that when they tried to pump it down lower, the pumps were cavitating and causing problems. So
Yeah.
they basically pumped those ditches down with the, they'd have to install new.
Yeah,
Probably
I
smaller pumps.
understand that, but,
To do that.
I'm sorry, let me tell you this.
I got my notes on this one, that too.
But, I don't know about the sewer line. I know you already have, money, you already have a plan, but, over there, well, I don't know whoever gonna take care of the job, but everything on that neighborhood from Velasco to Magnolia, it's a long way. Everything come to the Cedar. It's a one line. Everything from 9th Street to Magnolia to Velasco, everything come to the Cedar line. And then going all the way to the between 11 and 12, and then going only one line, and I don't know what size, going to the Velasco, and then they have a lifting pump right there. And I guess, well, whatever, anything you do gonna be good. But to me, it's better to start from the lifting pump this way, and I don't know what size of pipe, and it has to be a big one, because everything from 8th Street all the way to 12, everything going only on one line.
Mhm. I
Between
know
Cedar,
sewers generally, they work from the bottom to the top,
yeah.
from the low point upward, because it all has to flow downhill, and so, wow.
Sorry.
Because my neighbor say, he told me, say, hey, don't say nothing because they can exchange that pipe over here. They say, it's great, but the problem gonna be there. Because whenever I showed the videos 8 months ago, everything going to the lines where everything come to the Cedar line. And the big problem is from there, that way. We have, you send somebody to take a video on the line, but anyway, you put a new one, the problem gonna be there.
Yeah.
Could be better for us because, new lines
Yeah.
and something wrong gotta be with the line because it's 40 or 60 years old.
Mhm.
But if I was the engineer or whoever is taking care, they had to start from the lifting pump to the Cedar line.
Have you seen the map of all the lines?
I saw, he sent me a map.
Maps of all the lines?
That's why the another one from Viola, he told me sometimes almost something from Cedar this way, but he didn't tell me from Velasco, all the lines is coming this way. I thought from Velasco, from Cedar, everything that way, they going to Velasco, but no. They have a dead end on Velasco and come to the Cedar.
Mhm.
And it's a war because it's more lines, it's more houses, it's a lot of things.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
whoever take care, whenever they say, if I was the guy, I show them or whoever show the map again, and maybe he gonna find out. The best thing is find out if the line, the main line from Cedar to Velasco is a good line. And I don't know the size because, like I say, has to be a big one because everything is coming there. But like last night or a few minutes ago, probably gonna be in a year or year and a half or whatever. But I was happy to share my line, but I'm gonna be the solution for everything. To me, the problem is somewhere right there.
Well, let me check on the jet ski issue and the speed limit, the drainage vent, and the drainage grates for 10th and Magnolia.
And the plate, the plate is there.
Yeah. And then I'll look at the ditches on Magnolia and Cedar.
Yeah. And like I said, those places over there is doing nothing. The one with the gray, they can swap, and maybe they can help us a little bit better over there.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilman, thanks for coming in.
Oh yeah, thank you.
See, the lady say, no, she's not here. He's out of town. I said, oh man, I just saw him live.
All right, Tim. Thank you.
Take care.
Ahora la haría aquí, Mario.
Sí, yeah. Sí, cierto. And it's a little tough here to get out of. So they're on the 3rd floor now for City Hall.
Ahorita llegué hasta la mera arriba.
Sí, no, fíjate, lo puse ahí, ¿sí viste? Es el 3er piso.
Sí, pero yo pensé que el tercer piso era allá.
Oh, no. Pero tenemos que ir por la. Aquí está.
Por la escalera.
Sí. Yeah, this is the new City Hall building. Or they're on the 3rd floor, I mean. So, yeah, that was the 1st floor. That's the 1st floor for the water. But they might still be there. So we got to go downstairs now. So that's the, I guess, for Facebook Live for, for everybody that's seeing. And so that's what I do on a weekly basis. I'll come up here and I'll go talk to the city manager about the issues that constituents might have, or problems that I see within the administration, or ordinances, anything like that. I'll be doing these regularly. On my days off, I'll be up here. When I work nights, I'll try to be up here. I'll take calls whenever I can. So if you need anything, you can reach out to me. This is a 3-year term. We'll be up for re-election next year. But, I'm showing the people that I work. So that's pretty much it, y'all. So see y'all next time.